News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
It begins today. Good morning, everyone. This is Montana Morning. It's Thursday, December 4th, 2014. As the snow gently falls, beginning to build up a little bit, we have light snow in Missoula, 23 degrees. Roads around the area becoming snow-covered, snow-packed, and icy. And we are expecting it to warm up, and by the time your morning commute rolls around, the roads should be very, very icy. So please be ready for that when the time comes. Our newscast this morning, sponsored by Dr. Troy Doxey and the friendly team over at Chiropractic Works, where they're dedicated to your chiropractic solutions. This morning's top story, Montana prosecutors are set to open their case today against a Missoula man who shot and killed a high school exchange student from Germany inside the man's garage. Marcus Kaarma has been charged with deliberate homicide in the April death of 17-year-old Darren Dede. If convicted, he could face up to life in prison. Kaarma's attorneys argue he was defending his home and feared for his safety when he fired a shotgun into his darkened garage on the 27th of April. Prosecutors say Kaarma set a trap by leaving the garage door partially open, as well as a purse inside, before firing without warning. Today's opening statements mark another test of America's Stand Your Ground laws. The laws make it easier for people to shoot a person and avoid prosecution by saying they felt an imminent danger. The German government is closely following the Montana case and has condemned Dede's killing as out of proportion to any risk. Of course, we'll keep you updated on our website at newstalkkgvo.com throughout the trial. Missoula Mayor John Engen went before the City Council yesterday to discuss updates within the Mountain Water Company's acquisition process. Originally, the City Council budgeted the mayor for $400,000, believing that's how much it would take for the entire acquisition process. Now, the mayor says the process has more than doubled that amount.
$188.13 on this litigation. There will be an additional bill from Boone Carlberg coming up for engineering services in the amount of $186,000 that will put us over the $1 million mark in pursuing this litigation.
Another hot topic of discussion during that brief meeting yesterday was a potential change in the trial date.
There is another motion pending, a motion to continue the trial date. That is to postpone the trial date past March, which we will oppose, and the response brief to that motion is due on the 15th of this month. Since we last talked, we've received another 3,000 pages of supplemental discovery information from Carlisle, and folks are going through that.
The city of Missoula is attempting to purchase Mountain Water Company through the condemnation process. Yesterday's meeting you can hear the entire meeting on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. In a joint press conference yesterday, Montana Senators Jon Tester, John Walsh, and Senator-elect Steve Daines announced together a landmark legislative package that includes 8 Montana-based lands and resources bills within the new Defense Authorization Bill. Tester said the historic collaboration will benefit Montana's environment and its economy.
Our state is the last best place because of our special places to hunt and fish and recreate. By responsibly ensuring future generations can enjoy the Rocky Mountain Front and the North Fork, we preserve our outdoor traditions while strengthening our outdoor economy.
Senator Walsh praised his fellow congressional delegation members for their collaboration.
And today is a perfect example of how Montanans can be proud of their congressional delegation coming together and working on behalf of Montanans. I also want to thank the thousands of Montanans who have been working for years to put these bills together and working with us to make sure that they stay on the forefront of what's happening in Washington, D.C.
Congressman and Senator-elect Daines said the cooperative effort should serve as an example to the rest of Congress.
Many of these bills, some date back in terms of the issue 100 years, but they've been languishing for years and in some cases decades. And it's important we find common ground. We need to break through the partisan gridlock that is stopping progress for Montana and our country.
The package includes the North Fork Watershed Protection Act, the Northern Cheyenne Lands Act, the Cabin Fee Act, East Bench Irrigation District Act, the Bureau of Reclamation Conduit Hydropower Development Equity and Jobs Act, the BLM Permit Processing Improvement Act, and the Grazing Improvement Act. A former state senator accused of assaulting his young daughter, his estranged wife, and her boyfriend has pleaded guilty to 4 misdemeanors. The Billings Gazette reports Jason Priest pleaded guilty yesterday to 2 counts of partner or family member assault and 1 count each of assault and resisting arrest. Priest was elected in 2010 to a 4-year term and served as chairman of the Senate Public Health, Welfare, and Safety Committee. He did not file for re-election in the primary. The on-again, off-again chairman of the Chippewa Cree tribe has denied allegations that he defrauded the tribe through exaggerated claims filed by his construction company. The tribe's business committee raised the allegations over $2.3 million in contracts when it removed Ken Blatt St. Mark's from the office on November 21st, a day after he was sworn in based on the results of a special election held after he was suspended in March in 2013. No federal charges have yet been filed. A deputy clerk in Yellowstone County has complained to her Human Resources Department about being required to issue marriage certificates to same-sex couples, an act with which this deputy clerk has a religious objection to. Yellowstone County Clerk of District Court Christy Bolter explains what she has told her staff.
I proceeded to tell my staff that this is our job, that's what the taxpayers have hired us to do, and what we've took an oath stating that we would do, and that we would leave all of our beliefs and our religious beliefs and our personal beliefs at the door when we came in, because we're not here condoning by issuing these licenses or doing any of our casework here.
The Yellowstone County Attorney says the clerk's office needs to accommodate the religious beliefs, but Bolter says such accommodation would create too much of a hardship.
Many of the employees here in the office feel that it's not fair that you can just pull out that this is against my religion. We have other religions in here that feel like divorce is not right. They're still doing their job because they know that they are not condoning this. They are simply doing the paperwork and the job that they took under oath.
Bolter says accommodating the staff member would also require upsetting other staff members who happen to be homosexual. Bolter says she's trying to accommodate, but that she will not allow a couple to be forced to come into the office on a different day just because one particular deputy clerk refuses to issue a marriage license. Finally, the city of Livingston wants federal regulators to consider the impacts that increased coal train traffic would have on the city in a pending analysis of the proposed Tongue River Railroad. City commissioners voted Tuesday night to make the request to the Surface Transportation Board. The Northern Plains Resource Council says local governments in Missoula and Whitefish, along with the Lewis and Clark City County Board of Health, have passed similar resolutions or sent letters arguing more coal trains would impact public health and safety. News Talk time now is 6:10.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Areas of snow possibly mixed with freezing rain today. High temperatures will warm right around the freezing mark. Tonight, another burst of snowfall with our lows in the upper 20s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13, your first alert station.